The NYPD is holding a briefing on the hostage situation that ended just a short time ago in Harlem. Let's listen in.
As this incident is only a few hours old, at approximately 8:30 a.m. this morning, a team of officers assigned to Manhattan North Warrant Squad was in the process of carrying out an arrest warrant. The individual was wanted in connection to a domestic violence criminal contempt felony charge. Officers were at the doorway of an apartment on the 5th floor of 200 West 147th Street when the person they were attempting to arrest suddenly produced a gun and opened fire towards our officers. Fortunately, none of the officers were struck. One of our officers returned fire as the team began a tactical retreat down the hallway. At that point, additional resources were called, including emergency service unit and our hostage negotiation team. Negotiators began a dialogue with the suspect. Over time, the suspect did not respond, at which time emergency service unit was able to gain a visual inside of the apartment. The suspect appeared to be lying on the ground inside the living room. The officers then entered the apartment and observed the suspect motionless on the floor. The individual appeared to have a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head. He was pronounced deceased on the scene by EMT. His firearm was recovered from inside the apartment. As this investigation remains active and ongoing, it is currently being investigated by our Force Investigation Division. I will open up the floor to any questions.
Was there a female in the apartment, Chief?
There was.
Tell us her situation and condition.
We believe that she has a relationship with our subject involved. Regarding her role, the investigation is still preliminary, and we'll get back to you regarding any other information regarding her status.
Is she in danger? Is she safe?
She's safe at this time, sir.
Was she in danger?
We don't know that exactly was she in danger or not.
Chief, are you suggesting that the officers were fired upon at close range?
Yes, sir.
How close, sir?
We can sit here and say anywhere between 7 to 15 feet. Everything was inside the apartment, though.
How many shots fired?
Still trying to get that information.
Chief, you talked about officers arriving here for a warrant.
Yeah.
The suspect had. Describe this more. You said domestic violence, but we're hearing it could be for murder.
Yeah, well, we do have him as a potential suspect involving a murder as well. Once again, it's just that investigation is still being followed up by our Manhattan North Detective Squad.
Can you say what the crime was specifically?
I'll have one of the investigators get back to you regarding the status of that case.
Chief, can you characterize the nature of the work that the warrant squads around the 5 boroughs do, and what kind of prep they might do before they go to serve a warrant?
Yeah, I have Mike Kletzel here that can maybe answer a little bit more regarding the prep that they put in. Personally, me being a former chief of detectives, the men and women that do warrants work within New York City and how they track down some of the most dangerous individuals that commit crime, they're by far the best people within the police department. Mike?
So before we go out and try to apprehend, we do a full workup on him, background, locations, where he would live, and before we knock on the door, we make sure all this information is known by the team and that everyone is safe before we knock on the door.
What's your name is?
Michael Kletzel.
Spell the last name?
K-L-E-T-Z-E-L.
Michael, Chief, talk about this scene around here, the community, the drama of all the public safety, just everything that happened when your officers arrived here, and then you have the community concern, the gun violence. Give us an overall perspective.
Well, the overall perspective is people need to understand we're here to protect them. Public safety is paramount in the NYPD. This was an incident where we were trying to get an individual that committed a crime and get him off the streets. Unfortunately, the incident went the wrong direction, but at the end of the day, our police officers are going home safely to their families.
One more? Good.
One question. What do you know about their family, about that family?
Yeah, we don't know too much about the family at this time, sir.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you.